That didn't come out well. Look, a blooper as I start. It's Talking Habs pregame show for the Montreal Canadiens at the Ottawa Senators preseason game 3 for the 2021-22 season. Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. Thanks for coming in, everybody. And let's see what we got here. First off, I'll wait till there's more people in the room. Got something to tell you guys. And so we got a game tonight. It's the first time seeing the Ottawa Senators. It is a lineup that has been not depleted because there's a lot of guys in camp, but Montreal has cut 19 players as of today, sent them all to the Laval Rocket, which is not unexpected. Nobody there is a surprise. For me, actually, there's one guy, and that's Alexis Gravel, who I said was a guy to watch in camp, and it turned out I was wrong, and he's been sent to Laval. And yeah, that's the news from today that I can gather. I will be having a news video out tomorrow. So that'll be included in there. Let's see, anything else I want to add? I think that's it. Let's see what you guys are saying. Nobody's saying anything. What's going on here? Hey, everybody. Let's have a chat. Matt, I'm waiting on my co-host, Matt. Not sure where he is. He didn't tell me. I expect him any minute. And let's see what you guys have to say. Nobody has anything to say. Awesome. So, like I said, it's the first time seeing the Ottawa Senators. This will be Team Red, I believe. So we're going to see the Jonathan Drouin, Christian Dvorak, and Josh Anderson line, which looks like that actually is going to stay together going in. I mean, that's the early talk, is that it actually will stay together. Brendan Gallagher will more than likely end up lining up on the third line with either Evans or Poehling. Ryan Poehling is going to be playing in both of these two games on the Friday and Saturday. They want a good look at him, and they're going to give him every opportunity to make this team. I'm not sure on what line, to be honest with you. I was thinking it was going to be a fourth line. I'm not sure at this point. I think Evans and Poehling are going to fight it out for that third line center position, and whoever doesn't get that one's going to get the fourth line. That's what I kind of think. So we're going to see what's going on there. And that's all that I know right now. I was out all day. I've been kind of busy the last couple of days with some medical appointments and stuff like that. And haven't been on the ball as much, but I've been gathering up some news stories and stuff. And I'm going to do a video tomorrow, which should be the first installment in my new weekly news show. So hopefully that'll work out. And so we're doing that. And let's see now. We got Slinksy. Hey, Slinksy, thanks for saving my bacon. I watched the Leafs documentary because I was bored. And wow, what happens behind the scenes is insane. Yeah, I'm going to try to find that somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to be able to get that, but I want to see it. And apparently, and maybe I shouldn't be advertising for him, but Scotian Canadian is going to be doing a reaction video live to the final episode, which I think airs tonight after the game or at some point tonight. I don't know, but I think that's happening. But I'm going to look for it, and then I'll probably do a commentary on it myself. I mean, to me, it's kind of mind-boggling they would make this documentary, or let's say release this documentary after the way the season ended for them last season. But I want to see it to make sure that I'm, that what I'm saying about it is kind of correct. I don't know yet. Talking out of my ass, as they say. But I think it's an educated guess, what I'm saying. So let's see who's in the room with me. At 4:20, I look at my clock, which is perfect timing and a perfect segue to it's 4:20. So we got ourselves a pregame show. I know there's not going to be a lot of people here tonight or on the live stream because everybody's doing the show, and Scotian Canadian actually has a pretty big show planned. So I was deciding whether I should do the game or not. But I want to watch the game, so if I'm going to watch the game, might as well be here and do the game with you guys. You hear all the all nice chirping. That's one of my favorite things about watching documentaries like that. is when you can actually hear what they really are, or what they're actually saying, and you don't have to like read lips for all the swearing and stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm interested to watch it, but maybe not in the same way a Leafs fan is interested to watch it. So we'll see what happens with that. So let's see what else. Oh, this is very important, and I'll announce this again later. Anybody here who wants to be in the fantasy pool, the hockey fantasy pool, tomorrow I'm announcing who's going to be in it. So if you want to get in it, it's your last chance. Send me an email in my email, gmx, talkinghabs@gmx.com. The email is in the description, so you can get it from there. And send me an email letting me know you want to be in the pool, and I will announce who's going to be in the pool tomorrow on the pregame show for the game tomorrow, because we have back-to-back home and away games. I guess for Montreal it's away and home, but that's how it is. So we're in Ottawa tonight, and we'll be in Montreal tomorrow. And then I believe it's next Tuesday, we are in Toronto for the final preseason game with Toronto. And then Thursday at home to Ottawa for the final preseason game with Ottawa and overall final game. And then the following Wednesday, opening game in Toronto for the season. And there you have it. You guys is caught up on everything that I can provide for you. All I would really require is some feedback from you guys. Would you guys please send some questions my way, and we can have a conversation. It's a lot easier when Matt shows up. He didn't tell me he wasn't going to be here tonight. So I hope everything's okay with Matt, and it wasn't something like a serious reason why he couldn't be here. If he, something came up, either way, it's fine, but I hope it's not for something in a bad way. So hopefully he'll show up for the game. I don't know that Matt can get the game tonight, so it's a possibility that he won't be here because he can't see the game. So I won't blame him for that one, but he didn't tell me, so we're going with that. Geez, what am I don't know. I'm going to have to start singing and dancing to get some reaction. I don't know. Let's see. I can tell you what I'm planning to do next weekend. And I hope Hockey Junkie will be taking part. We will be doing we will be recording a season preview for the Habs for their season. So that'll be out the day after we record it or that night. So look for that. What else we're going to be doing? I haven't really gotten back to Joel, but that's not off the table. Joel, if you're watching, I will be getting back to you very soon. We're going to start planning the old time hockey show. We're going to talk about old time, like our memories, because I believe Joel's 15 years older than I am. So between me and him, we've got a lot of old hockey memory. I have a feeling Joel's got a lot more than I do, and he brings them up a lot easier than I do, but he'll spark some stuff in me, and Joel seems to be a really good storyteller, which is really nice. And, they say us Jews, we're natural-born entertainers. Him more so than me, I think, but he's a natural storyteller, and we should have fun with that. So that's coming up, I would expect, at some point in October. We're going to have our first show, I'm hoping. We have not met really to work it out, but I think we're going to have that ready. And what else? I'm working on getting an opening for the hockey, for my own opening that I'm trying to think what I want to do for the opening game. Hopefully it'll be ready, the intro. So there's that. Hatchet, hey, thanks for coming in and giving me a comment. Looking forward to see how Niku does tonight. Yes, Sami Niku will make his Habs debut in the preseason. He'll be lined up on the third pairing with Gianni Fairbrother. And I think now the second one is Sherratt. Oh, and Weidman. Sherratt and Weidman on the second pairing. And then the first one, we have Gouli and David Savard. So that's the pair. Oh, I have the lineup. I should put it. Let me go get it. I think I forgot to load it. I forgot to load it. I was in the middle of doing that when I got distracted. I get distracted a lot. Happens with age, and No matches to my item. Okay, I got it somewhere. Hang on. Let's see. It's somewhere. I don't know where it is. I got it because I'm working on a video, and I think I put it in there, and I did. So here is the lineup for tonight. So we have first line, Drouin, Dvorak, Anderson, and all of us, I guess, are anxiously waiting to see how well they do again and how they look together again, so we can start telling everybody how much we love seeing them. The interesting thing here is Paling lining up with Vadimo and Belzile. I saw a comment about they should line them up with real like giving some regulars. There's not a lot there for him to line up with. I am surprised maybe Armia should have gone there, so he's got a player to play with. Vadimo, I think, is I think Vadimo actually can be. The words won't come out. Is not bad. Belzile, I mean, he's an older guy. I don't think he's going to be playing on the Habs. If he is, that means there's a lot of injuries. So right now, I think there's not a lot of choice for them to line him up with much better because Evans is a center. I wouldn't mind seeing him actually have Harvey Pinard and Armia, but they're not doing that. So we got Harvey Pinard, Evans, and Armia as the third line. Michael Pezzetta, who was really noticeable in the first game with Mishak and Fortin. And as I said, got Gulli, Savard, Sherratt Weidman, Niku Fairbrother. Jake Allen will be starting, and he should get. I wouldn't be surprised if Allen gets 2 periods and Poulin only gets 1 this time. So there you go. That's the lineup. I don't have the Ottawa Senators lineup. So I'm sorry for that, but I don't have that. I'm going to go look and see what else I have. I was doing a video, and I don't really want to put much in that since the video is going to come out tomorrow. There's lineup thing. Yeah, it doesn't need to be in there, so that's fine. But I want to see. Let me see. Oh, I don't know if I want to spoil anything. That's the thing. I'll spoil it only by saying this. I'm going to make an interesting comparison between Gulli and Weber, as a lot of people are talking about it. So I've got a couple of things that I hope will will kind of show you that they're very similar players. I'm going to turn my mic off because I got a cough. Oh, I can't while this is open. Yeah, it's not easy to do. Hold back a cough while you make a mistake. All right, well, there's a bunch of people here. Just take a second and look at this. There you go. Yeah, hit the thumbs up if you're having a good time. If I'm not boring you too much, I see we got 15 people. Let's see if we can get 15 thumbs up in the room. I can't see the number because of where I'm streaming from, but someone can let me know. Let's get back to you guys. There's a comment. There's a comment in the room. Hey, Drake, how's it going? Matt can go to Habs Online TV and watch game for free. Well, he could do that. I don't know if he does that kind of thing, right? He pays to have the games all the time. He lives in the States, and so I don't know if he does that. So, but he's not here, so that kind of doesn't really matter until he shows up. It doesn't matter. But it's a possibility that he won't be in tonight, although he did not tell me that he will not be here tomorrow. Matt's day off will be Saturday games. Matt will not be here for any Saturday games as it's date night for him and his girlfriend, which is kind of sweet. And I encourage it. And so we won't be seeing Matt on Saturdays. So there you go. But it's a great reason. And all the more date night. It's like, who would have thunk that people still do that? And a young guy like him, and I think that's really cool. So, so Matt will be off on Saturdays. Let's see now. So I'm waiting for more comments. They did not come in. I have to provide entertainment. I'm trying. Am I doing a good job at it? I don't think so. Let's see what I got that I can share with you. I'll remind you all again, fantasy pool. If you wanted to get into the fantasy pool, there are spots available. If you send me a email is in the description of this video, and it's talkinghabs@gmx.com. Just send me an email. Hey, I want to be in the fantasy pool, and you'll get in the fantasy pool. And we're going to announce everybody tomorrow on the pregame show. And the draft is not this Sunday, but the Sunday after that at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Should take anywhere from, depending on how many people are in it, but about 45 minutes to an hour to do the whole draft. And that's with everybody drafting. It doesn't take that long. And yeah, so send me an email, enter, and you can win a prize. Winner takes all. There'll be one prize, and winner takes all. And hopefully I'll get more people entering so we can have a lot of fun with it. Want to know what JIC means? You want me to remember from the last time. Let me see. Yeah. I don't remember, so you can all have a laugh. This old guy up there, he can't remember shit, man. It's funny, I can remember stats, even from 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, and yet I can't remember that from the last live stream. I don't know why. I don't really know why. It could be. Yeah, sorry, buddy. If anybody can answer that, please do. I know it was Franco was telling me that. Franco's not here right now. Canadian Elite. Well, I am doing great. As good as can be expected, actually. And I hope everybody is as well. JIC means Jean Charles, initials from the hockey guy shows on TVR. That's right. There you go. So you're just trying to make fun of me then. You just wanted to test me and see if I remembered. Well, guess what? I failed. So that's what that means. I totally. Well, I don't watch TVR. So unless something special is on there, there's times I do, but I mean, I don't have cable, so I don't watch those things. I'm not really going to go online and watch French stuff on purpose. What I will watch in French, though, is Les Boys. Those are great movies. Love them, and I'll watch stuff like that. But in general, I don't watch French TV. So, sorry. I know I probably should do more, and my French would be better and all that. And yeah. But I can say the same for... Anyway. I don't want to get on the topic of that. The way things are in Quebec right now, between the French and the English, not great. Rick, you know who's all playing tonight? Yeah, man, I do know who's all playing tonight. Only for our side, honestly. I just put it up. I'll put it up again. I don't have the lineup for Ottawa. So there's that. This is the lineup for Montreal. Drouin, Dvorak, Anderson, Vadimo, Paling, Belzile, Harvey, Pinard, Evans, Armia, Pizzetta, Mishak, and Fortin. Gouli, Savard, Sherratt, Weidman, Niku, Fairbrother, Allen starting, and Poulin. Probably only playing the third period, but he might play half the game. We'll see how it goes. If he does, when he ever does get in there, I hope he doesn't make a blunder like that first game. But I imagine it was a bit of nerves too. And he did get better after that. So there's that. Oh, well, I know Lanticham, and I do, like, I don't watch it, but I mean, I know who's there or the players. They're NHLers, and I'll read comments and tweets and stuff that they say and post, and I'll put some stuff up like that. But I don't watch. I can't even say I've ever once watched Lanticham, but I know what it is. I know some of the guys that are on there. It's changed, I think, since PJ Stock was on there. Obviously, that's a few years ago, but yeah, sure, I know what it is. I'm not unaware of things. It just, and besides, I only have so much time in the day. I've got to do everything this channel does. Matt does a little bit. We're working him into having more responsibility. So there's not a lot of time to watch things when I'm working on a video or editing or preparing, doing the pre-production, and then the editing. It's a lot. It's a lot more than I ever thought it would be, but it is actually a lot of fun to do. Even when some of it's tedious, it's still actually fun because when you have a finished product and you did that and it's watchable, it's kind of, and I hope to get better at it as I go along now. Ducharme said Niku is in the making for a regular spot, apparently. Well, he's a puck-moving defenseman, right? So I think there's a competition right now between three guys. Brett Kulak, who was here, obviously, and I think now Sami Niku and Chris Weidman. And I think one of those guys is going to make that third line. I don't know who it's going to be. I think they would like it to be more of a puck mover than Kulak is. And that's the reason why he's got the competition there. So, yeah, I think Niku might. But remember, these guys are small. Niku's not a big guy. Chris Weidman's not a big guy yet. We saw that. So, if anybody didn't like Mete because of his size, you're probably not going to like Niku or Weidman for the same reason. But I think they're upgrades on Mete, and I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so 2 good lines and rest our prospects pretty much. Yeah, I mean, 1 good line and some good players still, but it's basically 1 good line there, and 2 other regulars on another line, and then guys fighting for spots where realistically only Ryan Poehling has a shot. My although Niku now that Niku's here, so and Weidman, so there's 3 guys there right in the lineup that are fighting for spots. Kind of the other guys are not really. So unless they wow the coach so incredibly that he's got no choice, right? But I don't know. There's 4 games left in preseason. There's time for someone to do that. Can't wait to see Poehling and Niku if they wake up. Well, listen, it's kind of like for Poehling, I think he's got a spot. It's his to lose, right? So if he plays well, he's got a spot from what it looks like. As far as Niku, he's got some competition there. And it's not that Poehling doesn't, because right, there's Paquette. So there's competition, and it's good that there's competition. When guys come in that aren't veterans, and even sometimes for the veterans, it's good to have competition for the spots because it pushes them. It makes it gives them motivation to want to do their best all the time. And yeah. And how many years did we really not have such competition like we do now for places on the roster? Harvey Pinard has a window because Hoffman out for a bit. Yeah, I would imagine if they find he's ready, I would imagine that he does. Amongst other guys, I guess, right? With an opening like that happening. So we're gonna see how it plays out. And Hoffman's not out for a long time. They say maybe he's gonna miss a week, slightly over a week at the most. So. But it's an opportunity for a kid to come in and show something in the first few games of the season. So it's not a bad thing. I like Harvey Pinard, as everyone knows, and I hope he makes an impression. I think he will. I think he will make an impression. I think you can see a guy like Gooley also cracking the lineup to start the season, but just to get a few games in, And then it looks like he's probably actually going to go back to the WHL till the World Junior Championships, and I think after the World Junior Championships, I think you'll see him if it's allowed to make the jump to Laval. I'm not sure though. He might have to go back to if he goes back to junior, he might have to stay there if he doesn't make the Habs. So I don't know what the rules are for that because there's some rules you go like, oh, that's weird, and yeah. So it could be. X chick. I'm going to say X chick. Does that mean, are you trans? Is that why you're saying X chick? Because that's how I'm pronouncing it. Or I'm just way off base there. I don't know. Just curiosity. And it's RH P. So it's Raphael Harvey Pinard. Yeah, I think I said that in the video. I think he'll be depending on, I guess, when they need a call up, and depending on, like, obviously position, and I think matchup in the upcoming games too, that could be determine who's going to get a call up, right? But I think Pinard, Harvey Pinard, is definitely going to be at the top of the list for a winger or maybe strictly a left winger. But yeah, I think we'll see him for if he doesn't get an opportunity here at the start of the season. I think at some point they're going to call him up just to see him in a real NHL regular season game and see how he performs for a couple of games. So, a cup of coffee. So I think that's minimum. It's X6. Okay, well, I'm sorry. I just, I thought I'd ask. No problem. Gooley might have to wait till the end of his WHL season and any playoff or Memorial Cup games. That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, I think if they do send him to the WHL, but you see, they don't have to. Can't they send him to Laval and he can still play in the junior championships? I'm not sure. I actually think maybe not. Anyway, we'll see what happens with Gooley. Either way, Gooley is on the right track and on the right road for his development. Gooley could end up as a player that never played in the AHL, or, well, he did a little bit briefly, a couple of games like Caulfield. He may make the jump from the WHL next season. That's a possibility. You could see a half a year in Laval and then make the jump. He could play a whole year in Laval next year, then make the jump, right? He's young. It's hard to tell. But I really like this kid. He's going to be in the video, the news video. I've been doing stuff. I want to make a comparison between them. So I like Gooley a lot. Oh, there's Matt. What's up, Matt? I was talking about you. I was saying some really bad things about you, man. Don't go back and do me a favor. Whatever you do, don't replay this, okay? Because you don't want to hear what I said about you. It was pretty nasty. What can I do, How's it going, man? How come we're like, I'm alone here? Like, what's going on? Kids today, they just show up whenever they want. That's how it is. Everything okay, buddy? Okay, so Matt showed up and everyone stopped talking to me. Let's see what else I got for you guys. Well, let's do this reminder. Boom. Thumbs up if you're having a good time watching this guy here make a fool of himself, which I mean, that's usually what I do on my live stream. So if you like that kind of stuff, hey, give a thumbs up. And if you feel like it, subscribe so your YouTube will notify you and say, hey, that idiot there that you like to watch, he's doing a live stream. Let's all go and laugh at him. So, if you do that, you'll get notified of that stuff. So might be something you're into. And again, I don't know when Matt's coming on. Matt's abandoned me too. Matt. Oh, you texted me before the show, did you? It's here now. Oh, you did too. I didn't. I was sitting right here. I don't know. That's what happens. Cole Caulfield's injury was a shoulder injury. Oh, yeah, I hadn't heard that, so that's good to know. I know this. I have this. This I'll tell you. I have something. Okay, so apparently Caulfield told the coach that if it were up to him, he would be practicing and not waiting to return to the ice next week. And then Coach Dom said to the press conference, like he was telling this, and he said, I didn't know Cole was studying to be a doctor at University of Wisconsin. As a joke, he laughed when he said it. But yeah, so Cole Caulfield chomping at the bit to get back on the ice. But, if a guy's saying like that, he's not hurt bad. It's obviously highly precautionary because he's important, like super important to the team, and they want to make sure that he's not, they're not whatever, taking chances. And he's going to hurt himself. What's my prediction where Habs finish in the Atlantic? I haven't done a prediction video yet. And that's because, training camp, I think somewhere there's 5 days in between training camp ending and the first game of the preseason. I will do a video on that there. I'll give you what I've said so far, and that is I think they're capable to finish anywhere from third, because I'm upping it a little bit. I think I said four. No, I think I might have said third to sixth. So I think it's going to be somewhere in there. More than likely, I think it's fourth or fifth right now. So, but I think there's big potential for this team to be better than we're expecting them to be. I think there's potential there for this team if they gel really quick, they buy into the coach's system, and Devo is as good as we are kind of assuming at this point that he is, but I think it's an educated assumption. I think this team could be a lot better than I'm thinking they are right now, and that's why I think they can go as high as third. I don't know about Drager's second place finish prediction possibly for them, but third would be nice. Yikes, anti-vaxxers. That's no fun. Good thing you can do that yourself, though. That saves a lot of money. A lot of money. Hope Caulfield won't be a fragile player over time. Listen, we found out he's the same height now and he's the same size as Brendan Gallagher. Brendan Gallagher, is he fragile? A lot of it has to do with the way he plays. That Cole Caulfield doesn't. So I kind of hope the same thing that he won't be. But, I don't think this thing means he's going to be fragile. I think if it wasn't Cole Caulfield, whoever would have done that would have played. And they wouldn't have held him out. But they're being precautionary. I don't think he really hurt himself. That's my opinion. And I'm sticking to it, right or wrong. I think Matt's going to get on just in time for me to say goodbye because I got to, my usual, got to feed my animal, my dog, and my cats before the show. I need a few minutes in between. I think he's going to show up right then. That's probably what's going to happen. Habs in the playoffs and the Leafs missing the playoffs would be the greatest. Yeah, well, my hot take has been that I think the Leafs will struggle to make the playoffs. I'm not saying they won't make the playoffs, but I think struggle, which means possibility they won't make it. So, yeah, I think that would be great. That's reassuring. I don't know if that's sarcasm or you're reassured that he's the same height as Gallagher. We don't worry as much about Gallagher as we seem to about Caulfield. And now that he's grown into the same size, yeah, there's a little less worrying. He's still a small player, but he doesn't play that game that Gallagher does to get hurt the way Gallagher does. So, hopefully that'll make a difference. Okay, Ruth says that's fair. Personally, I think this Bunting kid is going to be I could have been putting these things up here. A huge problem. Not that he can score goals. Preseason doesn't matter, but he plays nasty. He shouldn't be underestimated. Rate mentality. Well, if he's a gritty player, that's kind of what they kind of need, some grit. I saw somebody say they thought Bunting will get 30 and 30 for 60 points this season. I don't know enough about the kid to really comment, but I still have this feeling that Toronto will struggle. And I'm not saying Montreal is going to be great. I think Montreal is going to struggle. I'm saying that already too. So I'm not being biased. That's my feeling is that Toronto is going to struggle. Babe, I just watched the first episode of All or Nothing, and the profanity in it, is out of control. 6 episodes on TO last year. Yeah, I just heard that actually, that there was a lot of that. I think that the way they're embracing this documentary to me is kind of like a losing mentality, a losing culture. I wouldn't want to embrace anything from last season if I were them. But I grew up in an era for Montreal where, listen, we didn't win the cup. we kind of didn't want to remember the season at all. It wasn't a successful season. Even if we lost in Game 7 of the final, it was a losing season according to how we thought. So it's different, right? But to me, it's kind of a losing mentality or culture, and I think that's going to play out this year in a struggle to make the playoffs. Yeah, people are saying Bunting's going to be better than Hyman. Maybe Zach Hyman plus. We'll see. I don't. Is it arrogance or they are embracing the mediocre? They've learned to accept being good in the regular season and, a hope and a prayer in the playoffs. I don't know. They enjoy a soft team. They really like cream cheese and they like the texture so much that they want their team like that. I mean, I don't know. If there's any Leafs fans in the audience, sorry. It's my opinion. I'm sure if you're a Leafs fan, don't know what you're doing in my audience exactly. But you're welcome. Obviously, you're welcome here. But, I'm sure it's the same thing in Leafs channels. So I'm good with that. Let's see. Rick, I think the Leafs are going to struggle defensively, but their offensive game will be the same as last season. Yeah, as long as Matthews stays away from, if he stays away from that and his wrist is okay, I guess, but if not, they could struggle. Just in time for the end of the show. Matt, how's it going?
So, Rick, I texted you literally before the show started.
I saw. Don't worry, you're covered. And I told everybody, like, I hadn't heard from you, but don't worry about it. No worries. I just busting your balls to say, go look at what I said about you. You know me better than that.
I know.
Yeah. Well, you might get a text later saying, hey, did he really bust your balls? I don't know, but you might. Let's see now. Oh, no, that's not for me. They had to put it out. Amazon paid their employees, so it's a business deal. I guess, but I mean, I wouldn't embrace that. Like, I'd put that out direct to video type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just think it's a bit of a losing mentality. The good old days when Molson beer sales tanked if the team had a 2-game losing streak. Absolutely, man. Like, seriously. Well, look, I'll just repeat the thing. I've mentioned this many times. Steve Shutt talking to, I don't remember what rookie at the time. I don't remember why he said it, but he said, they love you here in Montreal, win or tie. That's it. They don't like you to lose. And that's the mentality we had here. Ties were okay because you got a point, but losses got you nothing, and losses were no good. And that's how that's how they are here. And like I said, you could lose the 7th game of the Stanley Cup final in overtime, in like triple overtime, and we'd still say, man, that wasn't a good season. That's how it was back in the 70s. And boy, was that nice to have that attitude, to be able to say that, Matt. How many cups did we win? So, yeah. So all the other teams, fans of the other teams, suck it. We won more cups in the 70s than you did.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Enough of bragging. Also, to be fair, you cannot win the cup without your captain. Personally, think Habs would have gotten swept without Shea Weber. Whether you're up 3-1 or down 3-1, eventually you will fall without your cap. Well, I mean, I don't know. We don't know that if that would have happened or not, because we didn't have to. Well, thank God Weber, could handle the pain that he had, and he was able to stay in there and be as effective as he was in the playoffs. Yeah. Hey, Yukon, this ain't the Titanic. You need to be able to win with or without your captain if you're up 3-1. That's right. Captain only has to be there to go down with the sinking ship. It's kind of true. Rick, isn't it true that the Habs had all the French Canadian players by default until early 80s? No, not at all. Way off on your timeline, number one. Okay, what happened was previous to the 1960 or 61 season, teams basically sponsored minor teams and then signed young players to contracts that would keep them, if they made it to the NHL, would keep them in their organizations. Montreal had a far-reaching network of these sponsored teams, and therefore, got a lot of good players that way. Now, when that changed with the NHL and they went to the draft system, it took them a few years till they eliminated this new thing that they gave Montreal because of their dominance in having so many teams to draw from. They gave them the option of drafting their first round pick or making 2 selections of French-born players, Quebec-born players, before anybody else got an option on them. That's it. They used it twice. That's it. And that was from 61 to 1969 when that was eliminated. That's it. 8 years. They only used it twice. And then this whole fallacy that Montreal got all the French players and before anybody got a pick, that's not true. And you can look this up because I did a video on this. And that's how it happened. And it ended in 1968, 69. Done. And they got out of that, they got Régent Houle, they got Mark Tardif, and they got somebody else I can't remember. And the other guy they got was of no value. That's it. They didn't really get anybody big or huge, and it's a big fallacy, a huge fallacy. It's also a fallacy that they're the Flying Frenchmen. That was a marketing ploy that has simply stuck here in Quebec since they wanted to separate in '76. When they stuck to that, and it's a marketing ploy. It was never the Flying Frenchman. It was never a fully French team. Never, ever. So there's a lot of myths about this team that just are they're myths. Which I'm sure is true for most teams. They have these kind of things. But Rick, fun fact. Matt hasn't said a word since he's been on. Oh, no, that's not what's there. Fun fact, every time. He just gave me one of these. Every time.
Rick's number one.
Every time. That's right. You didn't say words, though. Every time the Habs beat the Leafs in the playoffs, the Habs went on to the finals. Actually, it's whenever they either team, okay, use my words properly. Whenever Montreal and Toronto has played in the playoffs, the winner of that series has gone on to the finals or to win the cup. That's actually what it is. And you know what? And it kind of kept up. I think it actually was to win the cup. This year it didn't work, but they almost got there. Yukon says they also won the cup 15 out of 17 times, right? I thought I saw something similar to that. I'm not sure what you're talking about. 15 out of 17 times when? They've won 24 cups. I don't know what that means. I don't know how many appearances they made in the finals, but they made a lot. Hey, Sens Fan 7, I haven't seen you for a while. Welcome back in, buddy. Ready for a good game. We got smacked by Toronto last game. Well, we smacked Toronto last game, so does that mean we're going to smack the Senators' ass tonight? Doesn't mean anything. So
it's the same. It's the red team again, right?
It is the red team. We're going to see Drouin, Dvorak, and Anderson tonight again.
Yep. See Gouli and the kid's making his debut. I think he's finished.
Sami Niku.
Yeah, Sami
Niku is making his debut tonight. Gianni Fairbrother is. I don't know if he played last. I think he actually did. So you got Niku and Fairbrother.
Harvey Pinard, I think, is in the lineup too.
Yeah, Harvey Pinard's still in the lineup. Niku Fairbrother is a defensive pairing. That's third pairing. Second is Sherratt and Weidman, and then Gouli and Savard. And that's the defense. I don't know why I read off the defensive pairings, but I did. Ruse preseason's not a joke, but it's also not end all be all for sure. Right? You don't take preseason bad or good with, too seriously. Maybe the last game of preseason when basically it's your lineup and that's the breaking camp with. But other than that, yeah, I mean, it's preseason. So it's fun to see them. It's exciting to see the guys. And if they have some chemistry, that you'll see. But you can't read a ton into it, right?
Right.
But it's not a joke. It's necessary. They've got to evaluate players. So, yeah, it doesn't matter to the last 2 games. I get that, but they still have to evaluate young guys. You want to see young guys, see how they're progressing. You have to evaluate them because you never know who's going to be a call-up during the season. You want to see them against other, NHLers or near NHL players. You want to see them against that. So it's not a joke. It just some people take it too seriously when they see something good from a player and they make more out of it than it really should be made of. And I guess vice versa for bad, So we'll see. Just watching Leafs blue versus white until I wait. Okay. Then they're having their scrimmage game. And then on that note, changing 2 goals game per team. Yeah, okay. I mean, but listen, it is what it is. All right, so it's 1:45. I gotta go feed my animals and get ready for the next. Yeah, I figured you meant goalies for the next show. So Matt made it in just in time. You're gonna be able to get the game and be on the show.
What's the game? Who's carrying the game tonight?
TSN 5, RDS. I don't think you're gonna get it unless you go online.
I mean, I might be on center ice. I don't know.
Okay, so will we see you? We won't see you. What? We don't know.
Right. I should be there. I mean, I'll try my damnedest to get it.
Okay, so I gotta run because I won't have time to do everything. And I see that's sure saying she needs to eat. And so thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate that. We'll be back in less than 15 minutes for the game. And we'll just leave it at that. Thanks for being here. Stay safe till then. Peace out, y'all. See you in a few. Bye, everybody.
See you.